Hi, this is a sleepy physicist. Very tired as usual. Remember yesterday I showed you this very fast? I didn't tell you anything else. Who are you? This is my new friend. He's called Pepito. Okay. So look, you see, do you see a black wall between the two cells? You see it? Okay. No, really nothing there. It's only an optical effect because of polarization. Polarized. These are not ordinary plastic sheets, but polarizers. So they're placed in a way that they are vertically placed. Polarized light, to make it simple, light can vibrate in many directions. After a polarizer, light only vibrates in one direction. So after one of this shit, if you look at it, yes, when we see through two layers, two polarizers, have one is vertical and the other horizontal. Okay, so if you see through the two, light can't pass because it's vibrating vertically, and then nothing passes the other polarizers. That's why you see it black. Polarization is quite important in science. I won't say very, because yes, never encountered it, so I can't really quantify how important is polarization. It's important in chemistry, especially in biochemistry, because the polarization of light of molecules is crucial to identify them. Yes, there are some examples. I don't remember quite, but there was one where chemically identical substances, one polarizes in one direction and tastes like mint, and the other polarizes light but in the other direction, one to the right and the other to the left. One tastes like mint and the other like fenugreek. So very So some animals can also see polarized light. So apparently they use it to find their way. Polarization also appears in polarized light in materials that are subjected to stress. So with polarizer you can see lines of stress of things. Yes, polarized. This is even included in sunglasses, polarized crystals. So because the reflection of light in a surface like tarmac or even the ground comes out polarized. So if your sunglasses are polarized in the vertical perpendicular direction, it filters this kind of light. So that's the idea of this. There's nothing in between but the effect of polarization that makes. I like this as a metaphor, as an analogy, I would say rather, analogy of what happens with us when we don't quite trust in our capabilities and we think that we can't, but it's just in our mind. When we try, we see that it's not that. I mean, what happens with my hand? Yes, some of our limitations only, they're not realistic. I mean, it's like in physics, reality, there's only one reality. The reality we can access with experiments and with theories. Only one objective that everybody shares. That's why we have the same units and we can measure coherently, or consistently. But the reality we live in our everyday lives is not objective. Depends on each person. So we might be overconfident of our capabilities or underestimate ourselves. And this reality only exists in our mind, in our perception of the world. And I mean, we tend to confuse the reality. We think it exists with the reality that really exists. And that's such a pity that we're not able, politicians or nationalists or fascists or people in the extreme behavior of any kind, even feminist to extreme vegetarians, they confuse the reality they perceive with the reality that it exists. And it's such a pity that we're not able to see several realities at the same time. I mean, we've been told from our childhood that we have to choose only one reality, and we live in that. We behave always in the same way, and we don't change. So, if my choice was when I was 16 years old, I chose science for the rest of my life. When I was 18, I chose physics for the rest of my life. So there's more than one reality, more than one thing to do, more than one thing to perceive. And sometimes we choose the more limited version of reality, Kind of philosophical today, but I think this demo deserves it. Okay, bye.